Chapter 1. My First English Conversation. Hello, my name is Maury. I'm a student of English literature. I'd like to share my story with you about learning English in London. I will tell you about my experiences and my wonderful teacher. One sunny summer day, I was riding a train. I felt excited, looking out the window, but also a bit nervous because I wasn't very confident in my English yet. As I sat there, two women took the seats across from me. They were speaking in English, but I couldn't understand most of what they were saying. I had been learning English, but I only knew a few words. I wanted to talk to them, so I decided to try using the little English I knew. I said a few simple words, and to my surprise, they understood me. I felt so happy. I told them I was learning English, and they smiled. They told me they were from England and had just returned from a conference. They were very kind and encouraging, and we chatted for a few minutes. When the train reached my stop, it was time to get off. Before I left, the women gave me their phone number and address. They said I could visit them in England if I ever wanted to. I thanked them and said goodbye, feeling happy and motivated to keep learning. From that day on, I decided to practice English every day. I started translating short texts and watching movies in English. In 6 months, my English got better. But I still wanted to learn more. That's when I made the decision to go to London and study English more seriously. Chapter 2. A New Way to Learn English. When I arrived in London, I joined a language school. My first class was on a Monday. I felt a little nervous, but also excited to meet my teacher and new classmates. My teacher was young, friendly, and very patient. I felt comfortable right away. She started the class by asking us a question to see how much we already knew. Then she introduced a fun and simple way to learn English that would help all of us. She explained that language is a tool for communication. We use it to express our ideas, thoughts, and feelings. She said that instead of studying textbooks all the time, we should use English in real-life situations. That way, we would improve much faster. Many students focus on memorizing words and grammar rules, but they don't practice speaking enough. Our teacher told us that while memorizing is helpful, it's even more important to speak regularly. In our lessons, we practiced speaking in pairs and small groups. I really enjoyed this style of learning because it was fun and helped me get better at speaking. Chapter 3. Learning New Words. The next day, on Tuesday, A student in class asked, "What is the best way to learn new words?" Our teacher smiled and said, "The best way is to read." She explained that people who read regularly learn new vocabulary much faster than those who don't. Reading also helps with grammar because we see how words are used in real sentences. She gave us some tips on how to get the most from reading. First tip: choose books you enjoy. If you like the story, you will want to read more and you will learn faster. Second tip: look up new words. When you find a word you don't know, check its meaning in the dictionary. Third tip: don't feel like you need to write every word down. Your brain will remember words naturally when you see them often. After the lesson, we talked about jobs in England. I wanted to find a job so I could practice speaking English more. My classmates told me about a job center where I could find student jobs. After class, I went to the job center. A friendly lady at the desk showed me some job listings. She said I could work as a waiter in a cafe. I was thrilled because it would give me a chance to talk to customers in English. I could start on Thursday, and I was excited. Chapter 4: Improving Pronunciation. On Wednesday, a student from South Korea asked our teacher about pronunciation. He said he understood English well, but speaking clearly was difficult for him. Our teacher explained that pronunciation is like training the muscles in your mouth. When we speak, we move these muscles, but we use them differently in our native languages, which can affect our English pronunciation. To help us improve, she taught us a technique called shadowing. Shadowing means repeating words right after you hear them. This is how babies learn to speak. They listen and repeat. If we copy how native speakers talk, our pronunciation can improve. We watched a shadowing video and practiced together. It was really fun. Our teacher said this method is especially useful before giving a presentation. If you shadow for 10 minutes before speaking, you will sound clearer and more confident. I had never heard of shadowing before, but I liked it and wanted to use it more often. Chapter 5: Thinking in English. On Thursday, a new student named Elizabeth joined our class. She was from Italy and spoke English very well. Our teacher asked how she learned to speak so fluently. Elizabeth smiled and said, "I don't go to school. I study at home. I read books, do shadowing, and I think in English." That made me curious. What does it mean to think in English? Our teacher explained that most people think in their native language, but to truly improve, we should try to think in English too. Elizabeth told us that first it was hard, but she started with simple thoughts like, "I can speak English. I will practice every day. I'm getting better. One day, Elizabeth met an Australian traveler in Italy. She was able to speak with him in English without translating in her head. That's when she realized she had started thinking in English. Elizabeth's story inspired me, and I decided to try thinking in English too. It was difficult at first, but I knew it would help me grow. Conclusion. My best advice. After studying English for a long time, I've learned a lot. If you want to learn English too, here is the best advice I can give. Read for at least 30 minutes every day. Choose books or articles you enjoy. Practice speaking with others. Use English as much as you can in daily life. Use shadowing to improve your pronunciation. Repeat what you hear to sound more natural. Think in English. Try to stop translating and start forming your thoughts in English. This is how I learned English, and I believe you can do it too. The key is to practice daily, be patient, and never give up.